Filters in Library OneSearch serve as a really good tool to enable you to cut down numbers of results and focus more directly on what you really want. And so let's take a look at this search here. We did a systemic racism in healthcare search. This was a broad search everything search, and we got 6,559 results. That's a lot of results. You're never going to go through all of those. And it would be nice to have fewer results, but more relevant results. To do that, you need to go down the left column where the filters are. Let's take a look at some of them. This one is already preset for available in the library collection, but you could set it for only scholarly peer-reviewed journals. You could set it for print books or ebooks. That would enable you to focus particularly on book material and book chapters. But down here, you can see some other options. Publish date, past 12 months, past 5 years, past 10 years, or a date range. You could set it for a particular range of dates. Content provider, probably not that useful. Source types, this is another way of getting at, do I want academic journals? Do I want dissertations or theses or ebooks? What exactly do I want? Next one, limit by subject. Now this one is quite useful because this is where you can actually focus down on really what you want. We've got systemic racism in healthcare up here, and so we need to find something that is the closest to that by way of subject. Subject headings tell you what the article or book is actually about, rather than focusing on words and the titles and that sort of thing. So in this case, systemic racism and healthcare disparities will probably handle that connection between systemic racism and healthcare. Disparities in healthcare, of course, are the challenge that exists. Let's go back up here and just make sure that we can, under source types, that we can focus on academic journals. That's probably your best bet. We can limit by language. So if you want all English, you can do that. Or some other language, if you want all Portuguese, you can do that. And so on. Geography, you can limit it by a certain region. And so United States, Canada, etc. So if, say we wanted to look at Canada only, then you could do that regional one. Once you've found all the limiters that you can find here, and be careful not to do too much limiting because you may end up with virtually nothing, but I think we're still in pretty good stead. Click on Apply. It's very important that you click on Apply or none of this terminology will actually be applied. So click on Apply. It'll go through its machinations, and then you'll see here everything that you made by way of choices, whether it's subject terminology or other kinds of things will all be listed here. If you decide you want to take one of them off, you can just click on the X and it'll take it off once again. We're down to 27 total results. We probably limited this a little too much, but if you're looking at systemic racism in Canadian healthcare, that's exactly what you've got. So taking 6,000 titles, you can move it down to 27 simply by carefully choosing the kinds of limiters